Dear Henry, after a few months of medical rigmarole, I've gotten the results from my hip injury. It isn't great news. I've torn the left hip labrum twice and compromised the structure of the labrum between the two tears. The surgical fix would require that I have the labrum completely reconstructed using a tendon harvested from somewhere else in my body, as if I have extras. This surgery could not be done locally in Roanoke. I would need to go to DC, Charlotte, or Pittsburgh. And any surgery would, given all of my previous orthopedic nonsense, be risky, and most importantly, reconstructing my labrum would not reduce the already manageable pain in my hip nor improve my already excellent leg function. In fact, this surgery would probably make everything much worse. So medicine isn't a fix, at least not a good one. I've decided to pass on any surgical intervention and stick with physical therapy only. I've also decided to give up my dream of walking the Camino de Santiago, which has left me a little disappointed. But I have to remember, all of these things are, of course, first world problems. In fact, my entire life is a first world problem. You see, Henry, if I had been anywhere outside of a large city in a well-developed economy, I probably would not have survived the accident. Because it was a police officer who first rendered aid, and because I was less than 10 minutes away from a level 1 trauma center, I lived. Because I had American doctors, one who ultimately had to follow the will of their patient rather than a state-mandated set of rules, I still have my left leg. And because this was an on-the-job injury, I was able to receive the intensive physical therapy, which enabled me to, for the most part, look and act healthy. These same resources also saved the life of both my youngest son and me during that very last dramatic pregnancy. Even now, I have a home, land, a bed, plenty of food, clean water, access to top-tier medical care, access to a fitness facility with a full-sized pool, and a husband who earns enough that I don't have to hold down a real job while constantly working on myself, my photography, and my never-ending book list. I still have the opportunity and freedom to travel and explore. I still have the opportunity and freedom to volunteer. I'm still doing better than a lot of the world, and I have nothing to complain about. Even if I don't get to walk the Camino, I have been blessed immensely. And about that Camino, Fish, the master of finding solutions to everything, dug into the Camino requirements and then asked why I wanted to do it. While the correct answer should be for Jesus, that's not why I wanted to go, and perhaps why the quest ultimately failed. I wanted to walk the Camino to gather the stories of the towns, churches, and people who lived along the way. And I wanted to go to Mass at the Cathedral de Santiago. Fish asked if I would consider driving it and foregoing the certificate, and I realized that the certificate was not that important to me. I wanted the journey for the stories, and a road trip Camino is a great story. I guess it really is time to work on my Spanish.